So we're gonna make my favorite all-time salad, which is a kale salad. We're gonna start by chopping up our cabbage. I normally would chop up about a half of a small head of cabbage, and you're gonna be taking bite-sized pieces. So cut them crossways and then cut them the other way as well. But I encourage you to just chop up the whole thing because this is a great way to meal prep also. And I've been doing much better adding these different kinds of vegetables when I just chop it all at once and then I keep them in these containers in the refrigerator. And that way when I need a handful of cabbage, I can just grab a handful of cabbage and pop it in different things and pickle it or put it in my pancake, whatever. So the cabbage is done, and so this is what will go on the kales. So it's really just some olive oil, a full lemon, one whole bag of kale, and a little bit of salt. For the dressing, which I think makes the dressing, and this is sort of the copycat Chick-fil-A dressing, we're going to have some salt and pepper. The lemon's going to be on the kale, but we are going to have some apple cider vinegar in there, a little bit of maple syrup, some Dijon mustard, and olive oil. Okay, very, very simple. Easy, just start with clean hands, okay? The reason you start with clean hands is because to get kale tasty and not bitter, you must massage it. That's right, I said it. You must massage your kale. And I'm telling you, it makes all the difference because what you're doing is you're going to break down the fibers. You're going to make them more easily digestible. You're going to take the bitterness out of it. You're going to make it easier to chew. So in order to massage your kale, we're going to put some olive oil on the kale. We're going to add a little bit of salt, which will allow the little bit of friction, I think, as you're massaging. The olive oil is going to give it a little bit of slip, and then we're going to squeeze an entire lemon. An entire lemon is probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons. This little contraption is the best because I use a lot of lemons, but just massage it right in there in the bowl, and you're going to see that as you add all the ingredients and as you begin to massage your kale, it will change the texture completely. I'm telling you, you won't believe what I'm going to say, what I'm saying until you do it. Okay. So your hands are nice and clean. You have your salt on there, you have your olive oil, you have your lemon juice, and now you're going to make sure that all those ingredients touch every piece of what's in this bowl, okay? We're just massaging the kale, not the cabbage. But as you massage it, I want you to be serious about it, okay? Grab pieces and squeeze. Grab and squeeze. Grab and squeeze. You're making that salt come up against all the different leaves, which is going to help break down some things. The lemon juice is going to flavor some things. Your olive oil made it nice and soft. And then you're going to add in your cabbage. Now, really, I'm putting a lot of cabbage in this time. Sometimes I'll only put about 3 or 4 cups of cabbage. I think I have almost equal amounts cabbage to kale. But usually you have, about 5 or 6 cups of kale and only maybe 2 or 3 cups of cabbage. But it's up to you. This is your salad, right? I'm making my salad. You make your salad. I want a lot of cabbage, and I try to get cruciferous vegetables in every day, and I try to get some greens. So I load my salad up. So right now, I'm just mixing them so that they're well combined. That's all. I just want each mouthful to have some cabbage and some kale. Put that to the side, and we're going to put our dressing together right quick and in a hurry. That is going to be your Dijon mustard. You're also going to, and actually with your Dijon mustard, I know there's different flavors. I just use regular Dijon mustard in this dressing, and it turns out absolutely fabulous. You're also going to be putting your maple syrup, and there's about a 1/3 cup of maple syrup to 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. It's a nice balance, okay? It's a little more sweet than savory, but it really does well. I have about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and about a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. And then I also have 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, okay? With that all combined, we're just going to use a fork and mix, okay? You just want to make sure that everything is well incorporated. You don't want to leave anything in that jar because this is the best and quickest dressing. And the cool thing about this dressing is when you add it to the salad itself, you want to give it some time to sort of permeate all those leaves. I did add a little bit more of olive oil because I want to make sure that it clings to the leaves and not just falls to the bottom. So I would say I put maybe about a tablespoon of olive oil in here on top of the other dressing ingredients. Okay, so just mix, and then we are going to put it on our salad. This salad comes together so fast, and I would suggest you do it early so that you can pour it on here and let it sit and marinate and get happy for a couple hours before you have to take it to wherever you're going. This is great the second day. It is great the third day because it continues to soften those leaves. And you want, like I said, every piece of those leaves. So just stick some stuff in there, swirl it around because I don't want to miss any of it, okay? Once you get all that out there, just use a fork or some kind of tongs and begin to toss this, because you want all the dressing to touch all of the cabbage and all the kale. And you're going to see that your kale is going to continue to get smaller and smaller, or at least break down a little bit because of not only the lemon juice, but the apple cider vinegar. So now you have some acid and all kinds of things. I'm going to get a little fancy and add a little something, another layer of flavor. So I'm going to put some cranberries. So this will give you that tartness, a little bit more chew on top of the salad, which has a couple layers of flavor. And then I also crumbled up some cashews. Okay, so now we have some crunch, we have some chew, we have some sweet, we have savory. A great dish is all about layers of flavor and layers of texture, and this salad certainly has it. This one is requested everywhere I go, and it is absolutely delicious. I'm sure you're gonna love it too.